Joe Zekas from YoChicago.com, looking at a mural on a railroad embankment on the northeast corner of Emerson and Green Bay in Evanston. The mural's version of Evanston's history begins with ancient ridge trails and the Potawatomi Indians. Like all of the Plains Indians, the Potawatomi left very few traces of their existence. They never learned to use the wheel, never developed a written language, and children are never taught in school that the Potawatomi treated their women as beasts of burden and field hands. Today, most people associate the word Potawatomi with bingo casino. Evanston is named after John Evans, one of the founders of Northwestern University, which was a religious university when it was founded, and some came to call the town Evanston. The shallow waters off the coast of Evanston are the site of many shipwrecks. The Grosse Pointe Lighthouse was built in the 1870s and is today a national landmark. It's a separate taxing district, and many people consider Evanston's taxes a shipwreck. Evanston was known as a city of churches, with more than 50 of them, most Protestant, and the majority of those churches were storefronts in the predominantly African-American Fifth Ward. Evanston was also home to the Women's Christian Temperance Union, which brought you the wonders of Prohibition and made it impossible to buy liquor by the drink on most of the North Shore until the 1970s. There's a shallow pond in Dawes Park that locals call the Lagoon, although it's technically not, since Lake Michigan is not a body of salt water. Dr. Garnett was sort of well known locally, and that's all that needs to be said about her. School desegregation in Evanston deserves a little more attention. Schools only began to be desegregated more than a decade after the Brown v. Board of Education decision ordered their desegregation with all deliberate speed. Evanston did become known as the city of homes in the late 19th and early 20th century, and you can still see many of the fine examples that were built in the lakefront and ridge historic districts. A few of those homes were built in the prairie style. The mural ends with a look at downtown Evanston, which is also a historic district, and the Marshall Field clock. Does anybody remember Marshall Fields?